video, I explain about the flagella. Explain about the flagella. So flagella generally is one of the locomotor organs which is present in the protozoans. Okay, right. So protozoan animals contains some protozoan animals contains a locomotor organs flagella. Okay, right. So the flagella is mainly found in Mastigophora animals which is belongs to the protozoa. So Mastigophora is one of the superclass. One of the superclass of protozoan subphylum. Okay, right. So in these animals, the Mastigophora animals contains flagella. Okay, so generally, for example, Euglena. So Euglena. Okay, Chlamydomonas. Okay, Chlamydomonas. So Euglena, Chlamydomonas, Chiromonas, like these organisms, few organisms are present or located or present in the Mastigophora superclass, which is belongs to the phylum Protozoa. Okay, right. Now we know about the structure of the flagella. Okay, right. In previous classes we know about the pseudopodia. Okay, now I want to explain about the structure of the flagella. Okay, right. This is one of the flagella. This is the structure of flagella. Flagella is a long whip-like structure. So flagella is a long whip-like structure. Okay, long whip-like structure. Okay, right. So long whip-like structure. So whip means like this. Okay, wave-like. Okay, right. So long whip-like structure is called flagella. Okay, right. Generally it's present in Euglena. Okay, right. So now we know the internal structure of the flagella. This is the external. Now we know about the internal structure of the flagella. If you know the internal structure, first we cut it. First we cut through the transversely. First we cut the flagella through transversely. Okay, cut the flagella through transversely like this. Okay, so after cutting the internal structure, we have to see like this. So this is the internal structure of the flagella. Okay, so when we cut it through the transversely, then the internal structure of flagella like seen this diagram. Okay, right. So there are some parts in the flagella. Okay, so we discuss that parts one by one. Okay, so first we know about the axoneme. Right. So what is axoneme? So axoneme means the central longitudinal part of the flagella is called axoneme. Okay, the central. Okay, so central. Okay, the central longitudinal part of the flagella is called axoneme. Okay, right. So central longitudinal part of flagella is called axoneme. Okay, right. So here in the central part there are many microtubules are present. Okay, microtubules are present. Okay, in the central region there are many microtubules are present. Okay, right. So this is about the axoneme. Okay, now we know about the microtubules. Okay, right. So which are present in the axoneme, the central part. Okay, right. So microtubules. So these are the rounded shape like structures which are present. These are the microtubules. The microtubules are arranged in two ways. Okay, two microtubules are arranged in the central region. Okay, they are two are separated. They are not fused each other. They are separated. So they are called as central singlets. Okay, these are called as central singlets. Okay, they are called as central singlets. They both are separated. So singlets. Okay, right. And in the peripheral side, 9 doublets of microtubules are present. 9 doublets. So this is one doublet. Both are fused each other. So one doublet and this one doublet. This is one doublet. Like these 9 doublets. So 9 doublets are present. 9 doublets. Peripheral doublets. Okay, peripheral. They are present at the peripheral side. Okay, peripheral doublets are present. Okay, doublets are present at the peripheral side. 9 doublets are present. Here the 9 doublets are present. Here these 2 singlets are present. Okay, so this arrangement is called as 9 plus 2 arrangement. Okay, so here the microtubule arrangement is 9 plus 2 arrangement. 9 plus 2 arrangement of microtubules. Microtubules are present. Okay, right. So here each doublet in these two, one is which doublet is which microtubule in this doublet. One microtubule is present outside and one is present inside. The outer side of microtubule is called as a tubule or alpha tubule. A tubule or alpha tubule, and the inner side of the tubule doublet called as a beta. Okay, beta tubule. Okay, so A tubule or B tubule. This one is the A tubule, outer side, and this inner side is the B tubule or beta tubule. Okay, so alpha tubule or beta tubule. Okay, right. So these central singlets are surrounded a inner membrane, inner plasma membrane. Okay, inner plasma membrane. Okay, right. And the outer doublet, the peripheral doublets are enclosed or surrounded by a outer plasma membrane. Okay, right. Okay, this is about the microtubule arrangement. Okay, yes. Then these microtubules generally is made up of a protein called tubulin. Okay, a protein. So microtubule is made of a protein called tubulin. Okay, right. And in these doublets, both microtubules are fused or interconnected each other by a linkers called nexins. Okay, both doublets are interconnected by a linkers called as nexins. Okay, so nexins. Okay, nexins are the linkers interconnected both doublets. Okay, both microtubules in the doublet. Okay, right. This is about the microtubules. Okay, now we know the another part which is present in the flagella, that is Dynein arms. Okay, so Dynein arms. So what is Dynein arms? Okay, so generally the red denoted structures, here what is there. Okay, the red denoted structures are called as Dynein arms. Okay, so the alpha tubule in the doublet, the alpha tubule contains a pair of arms that is called as Dynein arms. Okay, Dynein arms. So Dynein arms. Okay, so in each doublet, a alpha microtubule contains a pair of arms that is called as dynein arms. Okay, so these dynein arms are made of a protein called a protein called dynein. Okay, a protein called dynein. Okay, right. So these dynein arms generally helps in the bending of the flagella, helps in bending movement of flagella. Okay, right. So these arms slides the microtubules, slides the doublets. Okay, slides the microtubules, slides the doublets. Okay, so when every doublet, when they are slide one after the other, then automatically the flagella also become a bend. Okay, so that means the dynein arms causes sliding movement to the doublets. Okay, when the doublets are slides one side, automatically the flagella also bend at that side. Okay, so generally dynein arms are helps in bending of flagella. Okay, causes the bending movement of the flagella. Okay, right. And another one is that is radial spokes. Okay, so radial spokes. Okay, right. So radial spokes, like they are resembles with a cycle rim. Okay, or bicycle rim. Here we see these are the spokes. These are the spokes. Okay, these are the radial spokes. So radial spokes. Okay, so these radial spokes generally connected both the alpha tubule and inner sheath. Alpha tubule and inner sheath. Okay, inner sheath, inner plasma membrane. Okay, my radial spokes are connected with the alpha tubule, connected the alpha tubule and inner plasma membrane. Okay, alright. So this is about the radial spokes. Radial spokes are the elastic fibers. Okay, these are the elastic. Okay, elastic fibers. Okay, right. They supports the microtubules. Okay, during the time of sliding. Okay, this supports the microtubules during the time of sliding. Okay, they limits the sliding fast. They limits the sliding fast. Okay, yes. So that is the function of radial spokes. Okay, once the microtubules or flagella become a bend, then it will be keeps the normal after the bending. It keeps the microtubules and flagella normal position. Okay, that is the function of radial spokes. Okay, it limits the sliding fast. Okay, right. And this is about the inner structure of the flagella. Okay, right. Here one more structure is there. Okay, right. So generally flagella originated from the basal granule. Okay, the next one is we know about the basal granule. Okay, so basal granules. Yes, basal granules. So basal granules, generally flagella is originated. So flagella is originated by basal granules. By basal granules. Okay, by basal granules. Okay, the flagella arise from the basal granule. Generally, basal granule is present in the plasma membrane of the body. Okay, if we take the euglena, so this one is the euglena. So this is the euglena. If you once we take the diagram, so here there is a basal granule. So basal granule is present in the body, the plasma membrane of the body. Okay, right. Here from that basal granules, the flagella arise. Flagella comes from the basal granules. Okay, so these basal granules are also called as kinetosomes. Okay, are also called as blepharoplast. Blepharo, sorry, yes, yeah. Blepharo, okay, blepharoplast. Yes, so blepharoplast. So kinetosomes or blepharoplast. Okay, right. So these basal granules, if you see the structure of the internal structure of the basal granules, it contains triplets of microtubules. Okay, in flagella we see the doublets of microtubules. Here in basal granules, the internal, if you observe the internal structure of basal granules, there is 9 triplets. So these are the triplets. Triplets. Okay, so triplets, peripheral triplets. Okay, right. So peripheral triplets. There is no central singlets. Okay, only peripheral triplets is there. Okay, right. From the central part, from the central towards, this one is the A triplet, and this is the B, and this is the C. Okay, yeah, yes. So this is the A, B, and C. Okay, from the central onwards. Okay, if you take central onwards, A, B, C. These are the microtubules, triplet microtubules. Okay, in these triplets, only two triplets only. Okay, so two triplets only, A and B only moves from basal granules to axoneme of flagella. Okay, from the basal granules to axoneme of the flagella. Okay, these A and B microtubules only move from basal granules to axoneme of the flagella. A and B only. Okay, C is terminated. That is only the C microtubule only present in the basal granules only. So it was terminated. Okay, right. So this is about the basal granule. Okay, where the flagella is originated. Okay, and the last one is lateral appendages. Lateral appendages. Okay, so what is lateral appendages? So lateral appendages means small air-like structures. That means one row, one or two or three. Okay, one or two or three rows of small air-like structure. Small hair-like structures are called as lateral appendages. Okay, right. If we see the one diagram of the flagella, this is one of the flagella. This is the basal granule, and this one is the flagella. If you take this flagella, there is some small air-like structure. Okay, so these small air-like structures which are present on the flagella or on the axoneme, okay, that is called as lateral appendages. Okay, these small air-like structures are present if they are present in one row, single row, or if they are present double rows, two rows, or many of lateral appendages or small air-like structures are present on the flagella, okay, or axoneme, that is called as lateral appendages. Okay, small air-like structure which is present on the surface of the flagella. Okay, this is about the structure of the flagella.